Hello Aries, this is a timeless reading for you. In the middle of your spread, we have the Wheel of Fortune, surrounded by the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Four of Swords. And I feel like this is about you either not being sure about something, trying to figure something out, make a decision, or this is you having made a decision but waiting on something now to move forwards. And this is not only the main topic here. There is something, with the King of Swords. I feel like this is some kind of presence around you. This is, for a few of you, this could be a literal person, but for most of you, I feel like this is some kind of spiritual energy, some spiritual guidance that is protecting and watching you, if you're aware of that or not. The Wheel of Fortune is your destiny. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune at the moment is not spinning heavily, but it's also not being stagnant. It's just being clear and pointed out to you slowly. If you are still in some indecisiveness, balancing, weighing out, and reflection, praying, waiting for answers, this could be soon all revealed to you. The King of Swords is someone protecting this destiny, this fortune. He looks a bit unbothered. Not like he's guiding you or giving you signs. He knows that when the time is ripe, you will anyway make the right decision. You cannot even make the wrong decision. That's how it feels. Like he knows exactly when this time will come, how it will come, and what you will decide and how you will move forwards. He's just waiting for you, protecting this wheel. I'm seeing him very connected. Like he's literally sitting in front or beside that wheel, not letting anything or anyone touch your destiny. Just waiting patiently, with a deep inner knowing when everything will happen. Even if you don't know it yet, even if you are in the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. With the Seven of Pentacles, I'm getting like either the same spiritual energy or another one. There's something, and for a few of you also here again, this could also just be someone who is physically around you. Someone wants you to get into this Seven of Pentacles energy. I feel like you might not really appreciate your past. And I'm sorry if someone had a really rough past. That's hard to appreciate. I don't mean to appreciate something terrible you had to go through, but I mean like that you had the strength to live through all that. That you had the strength to go through all that. Get out of all that. Appreciating your own strength and your own achievements, no matter how big or small you may think they are, whatever they are. On all levels, social, job-wise, whatever hobby, whatever you taught yourself. That I feel like someone around you, either if this is a spiritual presence or a literal person, someone wants you to tap into that. This seems to be also some kind of some part of your destiny. And even if your past was rough, I feel like you also should look back and accept this rough part as your destiny as well, because you learned a lot. Because often this is just how it is. We mature and learn through the not so pleasant phases in our life. If everything from our birth on would always only be easy and nothing would ever happen, I think we would never really develop a character or start to reflect upon things. Like maybe some of us would do, but I think, sometimes we just also have to experience something negative so that we can mature and grow and become very strong. And I feel like maybe after you have entered a new phase in life, you might be able to look back at your past, also at the negative aspects, and just accept that they were, even if they felt wrong at the moment they happened, that they were to some extent a part of your life that gave you some kind of spiritual lessons. And at the same time, it feels like maybe you were struggling or are still struggling also with some kind of lack of self-confidence, or maybe you're having some self-doubts, and I feel like it is time for you to appreciate your own achievements. And until you haven't done that, there will be this feeling of being stuck somewhere. So this seems to be a life lesson. To look at everything very peacefully and content that you have grown and built, and not take yourself for granted. I'm feeling drawn back to the Two of Pentacles. He's not only weighing out, balancing out, I feel like his facial expression right at this moment, it looks very pleased to me, like it's almost fun. This could be a new hobby as well that will come soon into your life, or this is something that you might now and then do already, but you never really put a lot of focus onto it, and suddenly you might realize that this is your thing and you will put a lot more focus on it. Because he looks very focused and he seems to enjoy that weighing out. A simple thing I'm thinking of, like this could be a hobby like where you need a lot of balance, some kind of sports where you need a lot of balance. But it doesn't have to be that. It could be anything. It could also be, something with numbers, something with finances, where you also have to watch the scales, watch a certain balance, that you are very good at that and could help people with that. Maybe something else is coming into your mind. Because the Two of Pentacles is not only this trying to balance, trying to make a decision, which is always a little bit exhausting and not always pleasant. Trying to figure something out or make a decision can be annoying. It can be burdening even sometimes. But he looks very pleased. So I'm seeing both meanings in this card for you. With the Four of Swords here, I feel like this is also a reminder for you that maybe you have been overthinking something too much and you have frozen a little bit. Something has made you rigid, because when we overthink too much, oh my god, I'm thinking of something funny. Also like laying down, overthinking everything into details and then just falling asleep because you're bored with your own thoughts. This could be something as well. Because he looks like that. It's like, let's say in winter it's cold, and despite putting on the heater and wearing a pullover, sometimes I feel like the apartment is still cold when you sit around and study something. And then you decide to sit down in your bed and put a blanket over your body with your laptop or whatever you have in your hand to study or make notes when you're working on something. And then you just fall asleep because it is so comfortable in bed. Like, this is what the card is reminding me of as well. Like, and I feel like, there's just this message, like, I think to a certain extent, thinking is very necessary also to be self-reflective and to be very open in our thoughts, and to a certain point use our mind into all kinds of directions, not only think for ourselves but also for others. But sometimes it's just getting too much and it's going too far. And he looks a bit serious and rigid in his face, and the body looks so stiff. So it gives me this funny feeling, as if maybe, even though the King of Swords also looks very rigid and serious, and he's also almost falling asleep, like there is some kind of spiritual presence that might be feeling a little bit funny about you, wanting you to be less serious about something. As I said earlier, you are supposed to recognize something about yourself, appreciate something about that you have done, whatever this is. Everyone has done something. And you have not properly appreciated that about yourself, and instead you think too much. Probably very repetitive thoughts that never come to any kind of conclusion. And I feel like someone wants you to get out of this cycle. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Pentacles, and I feel like this is some kind of worries that you're having. For some of you, financial worries. For others of you, some worries like being lonely, being rejected, what other people think of us, feeling like some kind of outcast, or all of it. This is what you might be thinking about too much, fearing too much. The 5 of Swords is also, I don't know, it gives me also this vibe of rejection. Maybe this is something that you're currently fearing a lot. Sorry, my stomach was growling. It's always hungry. Maybe that means something to you as well. Maybe you are hungry all the time. And then when you eat more, you also overthink that and feel guilty about eating more. This can also cause this feeling of lack. Like, I think a lot of people have that. This guilty feeling when they eat a little bit more. As if they would immediately have a heart attack or gain 10 kilos of weight or something like that. Especially during winter, I think it's normal if the appetite is a bit increased because the body is shivering all the time. And yeah, I think it's best to not always feel too guilty about that. So, I don't know, this was just something that was coming into my mind because my stomach is always hungry at the moment. But the Sun card is a very nice sign. Like, there is some enlightenment about this whole topic. Some coins here. I feel like I shouldn't go into this so deeply. I should stop here with the Sun card. This is just a very nice indication and a nice ending for this reading. Like, just be aware that you are probably on the right path, even maybe you might not feel like it. There is someone watching, someone protecting your fate, someone waiting for you to have the right realizations and move on your right path towards this Wheel of Fortune, whatever this means to you and whatever circumstances it will bring. The Sun card is also, not just about joy and happiness and warmth. It is also about making things transparent, understanding things, enlightening things. And I feel like this is a very important thing at the moment. I don't know if it's important to you, but it is important for someone around you that you have this kind of understanding. So I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching.